All right, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Um Haha. Okay, cool. Okay, well maybe we got something going on with that. All right. Y'all let me know y'all can hear me. Y'all let me know y'all can hear me. And let me know that you can see me. Oh shit. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, let me know you can hear me, let me know you can see me. And Curl, to y'all who's over there on the website, y'all should just be able to click the video and it should start playing. I guess if I put the link over there, it embeds the video so y'all can see it over there. So that's pretty cool. Look like it's letting y'all chat this time. I don't know what the problem was last night while everybody having a problem getting in, but look like it's letting y'all chat tonight. And Cat Eyes, I'm gonna have to show you how to get in, dear, cause you over there, but for some reason you keep hitting the wrong thing to try to chat in the chat room. So I'm gonna have to show you what to do. Okay. Okay, y'all over there saying y'all can hear me and see me. Good, good deal, good deal, good deal, good deal. All right. Y'all can stay over there if y'all want. Y'all gonna pretty much hear the same thing. Y'all can stay over there if y'all want. Hopefully, back phone died, but I had the laptop with your YouTube now, the website on my phone too. Okay, okay. Hey y'all, and for the people over there on the website, for the people on the website, y'all, hey, we are up to I believe 60 subscribers now. So we almost at 100 already. I don't even think I've been up a week yet. You know, this website almost got 100. Almost got 100. We need 40 more people. We'll be right at 100. I think I'm doing damn good, you know. Now that I said she on the website is working, cool. All right, appreciate you. It's me, Avery. She said first time viewer here. Appreciate you being here. Good morning, good morning. Wendy, what's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. Big Logic, where you been, bruh? Where you been, bruh? Man, long time. Where you been, my guy? Where you been? All right. All right. So yeah, now y'all, y'all can stay on the website y'all want to, or you can go back. Sarah Claire says she got the password. Sarah, if you would email me, I can fix that up for you. T Simpson, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, now that y'all can stay on the website y'all want to, or you come over here at the YouTube. I don't know. Y'all, whatever y'all want, y'all gonna hear the same thing wherever y'all stay at. So y'all gonna hear the same thing. So it's all good. Just make sure you come over here hit that like button. All right, before you do it. All right. But with that being said, though, hey, let's get right into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all know we did this live yesterday. Yeah, I did it on the backup channel. So anybody who want to see the first live I did on this, it's on my Chris Storm Show 2.0. That's where that's at. But tonight I believe I can play this portion over here on the main channel. Nothing should happen, because I don't think it's nothing. They're gonna show this in crazy than what it is. But anyway, though, guys, there has been more details come out about this young man right here. His name is Baby K. I believe we found out his real name is Kaden. And for people who don't know the story, he is one of the teens who jumped on the school bus and tried to kill somebody on the school bus, a 14-year-old. And we find out that there was a girl behind the whole thing, who masterminded the whole thing, who set these guys up to try to go kill this 14-year-old. Then on top of that, they saying that this boy has killed somebody before. They say, as a matter of fact, one of his knucklehead friends that was with him, he allegedly supposed to have killed his sister. Now that's strange to me now. Somebody kill your sister, but you rolling with this fool to do more damage? Somebody who killed your sister? I mean, I've been doing this for quite some time, and I think this got to be one of the weirdest ones I've heard, that somebody killed your sister and you gonna roll with them to try to kill somebody else. If anything, I think you want to exact your revenge and get him for killing your sister. But I don't know. I mean, we're in a different era right now. Well, he allegedly supposed to have killed somebody before. Okay, then the U.S. Marshals had to go out looking for him. They found him, and he has been arrested. And now they saying more details coming out about this dude, and I believe all these folks are in the 8th grade. Okay, all of them in the 8th grade. Now again, don't tell me or ask me the question, what can a 14-year-old, 13-year-old, 12-year-old, etc., what can they do to a grown person? Well, when you hear stories like these, I think you got your question answered. It doesn't matter how old they are. If they had the mindset to do it, they're going to do it. All right? And I think that's what a lot of us get fucked up at, because we underestimate them because of their age. No. Age ain't nothing but a number. All right? And once, even for a teenager, once they shoot the gun, they have no control where the bullet goes. All right? So stop underestimating them because they are teenagers. In this area that we in now, that don't mean shit. It don't mean shit. I'm just going to put it to you like that. It don't mean shit. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this and hear what's going on with this dude. And me personally, I don't know, man. You know, I don't know. But let's listen.
We have some brand new details on the teen suspect accused of murder and attempted murder in D.C. and Maryland. This is 15-year-old Kaden Holland. You may have heard us use his nickname, Baby K. He is behind bars.
Oh, Ramiger and Jennifer Nobles, you got some people over there at the website. Y'all want to go to the website? You know, we got some people over there chatting over there at the website. Look like they're having a good time over there chatting. You can see this same video over there. So if y'all want to go over there and chat with the other folks, you can, or you can stay right where you at, you know. And they go to the link right there. All right. And for those who might want to join the website, you know, I will give you details at the end of the show how to join the website. Come on and support your boy. I think I done made a big step up. All right. Anyway, though, we'll talk about that later.
Right now in Prince George's County.
He was arrested around this time yesterday after almost a month on the run. Authorities are convinced he had help, and now some people in the county are saying legal reforms to protect suspects under the age of 18 have gone too far.
Our Scott Brim is live in Prince George's County with the very latest on reactions and what's next for this young suspect. Scott.
So by them saying that right there, just like I said last night, you know, in order for the marshals to come and find him, somebody had to be hiding this boy and protecting him. You know, and they just said it right there. So I'm guessing it's going to come out where he was when they found him and all this stuff. Somebody was hiding that boy.
Well, as you just reported, now the baby K is in custody. A lot of the attention is turned to outrage, criticism of the juvenile justice system. Today, the Prince George's County Police Chief Malik Aziz and the County Executive Angela Brooks also directed a lot of anger and questions towards parents.
If they are 14, 15, and 16 years old, where are their parents?
Right now, yeah, he was alone. We arrested him alone. There was no one else with him right there at that moment.
15-year-old Kaden Holland, a.k.a. Baby K, the alleged gunman leading a juvenile hit squad trying to kill a middle schooler on a Prince George's County school bus May 1st. As two juvenile accomplices hold the boy down, the gun misfires on a Prince George's County.
Right now, yeah, he was.
Executive Angela Brooks also directed a lot of anger and questions towards parents.
If they are 14, 15, and 16 years old, where are their parents?
Right now, yeah, he was alone. We arrested him alone. There was no one else with him right there at that moment.
15-year-old Kaden Holland, a.k.a. Baby K, the alleged gunman leading a juvenile hit squad trying to kill a middle schooler on a Prince George's County school bus May 1st. As two juvenile accomplices hold the boy down, the gun misfired, saving his life. A 14-year-old girl is accused of setting the crime up in a gang dispute. And Holland is also now charged with a murder in D.C. just 2 days later. Holland seen in music videos brandishing a gun and rapping about carjacking.
How was it possible for a child, to attempt to shoot another child and then to be able to be on the run for weeks?
Exactly.
If we can prove that adults were helping a 15-year-old, then that person should face the consequences also.
Prince George's County Police Chief Malik Aziz saying an investigation into who may have helped Baby K is underway. Aziz says Holland has a record in Prince George's County, but juvenile protections prevent him from providing details. Aziz and also Brooks complained juvenile justice reforms in Maryland have gone too far.
It has become more difficult for police to question young people about anything. Parental consent is not even in play. It is an attorney has to give permission.
Prince George's County Executive Angela also Brooks today calling for accountability for both the charged teens and the adults in their lives.
I hear it all the time. Program. We can create every program known to man, and it will do very little if the children who commit these acts of violence are not held accountable.
Now, also today, the state's attorney here in Prince George's County, Aisha Brayboy, pointed out that all the juveniles in this bus attack case are charged as adults, but of course it's up to a judge here in Maryland to decide if that prosecution will go forward or be remanded back in the juvenile system. We'll be talking more with the state's attorney in just a moment on that. In the meantime, Kaden Holland sees a judge here in Prince George's County tomorrow for the first time. We've confirmed also last night that he is charged as a juvenile in the district with the murder of a 22-year-old woman. It was committed while he was on the run from the bus attack just 2 days later. Details of the charges are under wraps in the district because of juvenile protections there. Reporting live in Prince George's County, Scott Broom, WUSA 9.
And everything we do know is just so sickening.
It is.
Scott, thank you.
Wow. That's some wild stuff. And somebody's sending me now a couple of his videos, and they say, oh, he rapping about his violence, money, and drugs. What it looks like, and somebody this young, and again, like the lady asked, where's his parents at, and how he's allowed, to even make music speaking like that. That just, I don't know. What can I say? What already been said, when it comes to these youngins, okay? What y'all over here saying on the website. These kids are out of control. Yep. Parents need to stop being their kids' friend and start disciplining them. Yep, exactly. We've been saying that for the longest, okay? Yeah, he's making videos, rap videos at the age, talking about drugs and guns or whatnot. Try to do an execution, I guess this go with the lyrics that he be rapping about, And again, guys, I'm going to say to y'all again, don't underestimate these young ass fools, because that's what they are, fools, and they crazy as hell, and they will fuck you up. They will. All right? Ain't no ifs and buts about it. None whatsoever. They are just as dangerous as the adults now. And like I said last night, when you got somebody young as 10 years old who actually pull out a gun and kill his own mama, it won't make you think somebody who's a couple of years older than him, the 10-year-old, won't do the same. And not only that, we got youngins who's in kindergarten or first grade. The one that shot his teacher, I think he was 6 years old. The one that shot his teacher. Got his mom gone and went to the school and shot his teacher. Okay? Now the mom comes out and say, hey, I got to take the charge, this is for my baby, and blah, 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 blah. But I still say, if they was able to charge her son for their crime and prosecute him, I still would say that she would let him take the fall. But she's saying that now, I guess, because she trying to make herself sound like she's a decent mom or whatnot. But in actuality, you ain't got no choice but to take the charge. You ain't got no choice but to take it. Because they coming after you for him. They can't do nothing to him. They coming after you because your negligence of that gun, and he got a hold of it and shot his teacher. So again, please understand, these ages don't mean anything at all. It ain't nothing but a number. That's all it is. Nothing but a number. And that's sad. That's what he said. You said protecting these What about other children, teachers, and people? Yeah, and they're right there. I told y'all, when it comes to family members don't want to make family members look bad. They don't. And you got people who sit there and harbor these individuals like these. Like when I one of the ones whose car was stolen. You know, where we found my car, the cops even told me, on them little knucklehead across the streets, they the one who did it because they arrested them a couple of times before for breaking into vehicles and stealing them. But by them being juveniles, at least down here, they can't hold them for long. You know, they got to release them. So once they release them, what they do, they're going to go right back and do it again because they know the police can't do nothing to them. They cannot hold them for long. That's why they are able to continue to do the stuff over and over and over and over again. And what do you think the people at the house doing with them? If the grown-ups who stay at that house know they constantly getting in trouble for the same thing over and over again, then they are harboring these fools because even they know they can't get in trouble. So they ain't got no problem with letting them stay over there and keep doing this shit. But now, however, they came out with a new thing saying that, hey, they're going to start holding parents responsible for doing this, in which at this point, if you can't do nothing to the teenager, somebody got to be held accountable. And I think that's a fair deal. You know, even though they're not the ones who did it. But at some point, you got to know that they the ones who doing it. If they constantly getting arrested for the same thing over and over again, and you constantly allow them to come back to your house, you know what's going on. But the question is, by you being the adult, do you give a shit? That's the question. By you being an adult, do you even give a shit? All right? But anyway, though, after that being said, we're going to get right into this police conference. And y'all know me, I love the police conference. So let's see what the police conference had to say about all this man done did, or how deep this rabbit hole goes with him.
He's a brave boy. I'm also joined by my executive command staff and the commanders of Division 4 Oxon Hill, to include the lead investigator in this case, Detective Jonathan Marks. I'd also like to thank the hard work of the PGPD Fugitive Squad and our Major Crimes Homicide Unit. The Prince George's County Police Department and our partners never wavered in our commitment to thoroughly investigate this case and ensure everyone responsible was arrested and brought to justice. And that's what brings us here today. The 15-year-old who brazenly boarded a county school bus, pulled out a gun, and pulled the trigger multiple times with the goal of killing another teen is in PGPD custody. The suspect, who goes by the name Baby K, is charged as an adult for his shocking crimes. And it's my sincere hope that he will be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. Yesterday afternoon, at approximately 2:40 p.m., members of the U.S. Marshals Service Capital Area Regional Fugitive Task Force, which includes PGPD officers and officers from other agencies, located the suspect, who was on foot in the 6300 block of Baltimore Avenue in Riverdale Park area. He was taken into custody without incident and brought here to Prince George's County Police Department. Many of you have seen the photos or the videos of the crime committed on the school bus, a place where no child or employee should fear for his or her safety. The crime shocked this community. It shocked even the most veteran law enforcement officers. To quickly recap, on May 1st, 2023, the bus had just stopped at Iverson Street and Sutler Drive to drop off students. While stopped, 3 students boarded the bus and began to attack the victim, who remained on the bus. One of the suspects, later identified as Baby K, displayed a handgun and attempted to shoot the victim multiple times, but detectives believe the weapon malfunctioned. The 2 other juvenile suspects who committed the attempted murder on the bus are also in custody. A juvenile female is also charged with conspiracy in connection with this case. They are all charged as adults. Baby K is charged with attempted first-degree murder, attempted second-degree murder, assault, firearms offenses, and additional charges. We hope this arrest and the arrest of the 3 other individuals reinforces our commitment to arrest anyone who commits a crime, no matter their age. I must remember that the vast majority of our youth are not committing crimes. They're living out their lives in a way that they will become productive citizens. I realized over 2.5 decades ago that we simply could not arrest our way out of a crime problem. The solution then tilted the quest for justice too far in the other direction, which will simply not provide us with the positive resolution that all of us desire. We need balance, the type of equilibrium that seeks justice for victims, makes the community safe, and provides real resources to young offenders and offenders alike. We have had 136 shootings this year, and 27 resulted in homicides. In addition, there have been 69 non-contact shootings. Violence becoming a prevalent and frequent way of life. Of the 84 arrests that we've had for carjackings this year, 51 has been for juveniles, marking the 3rd straight year that juvenile arrests for the violent crime of carjackings have exceeded the arrests for adults. With that, it is my pleasure to welcome our county executive to make a few remarks.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank all of you for being here this morning, and I want to thank the chief as well for his excellent leadership. I want to thank the department as well for their leadership, and want to thank the men and women who do this work every single day. Thank them for the absolutely tremendous job that they are doing and have done on this particular case. They work to quickly identify the suspects in this case, make initial arrest, and now just yesterday, as you heard, they have brought into custody the final suspect that we were looking for. And so I want to add my thanks as well to the U.S. Marshals Service for the support that they provided in this case. I'd like to also
Marshals.
thank a person who is a hero, quite literally, and that is the bus driver in this case. Anyone who had the misfortune of looking at the tape, the videotape in this case, saw what all of us saw. It was absolutely horrific what we witnessed on that video. And the bus driver in this case can't be described as anything other than courageous, and she acted very effectively, and thereby I think it was just incredible, the leadership that she demonstrated. The truth of the matter is also that no bus driver should ever have to worry about violence like this happening while they're doing their job. Again, the violence that we witnessed was outrageous, it was appalling, and now that these children, and they are children, in this case 14, 15, and 16 years old, have been arrested, it is the case that they absolutely must be held accountable. Now, we know that there's been an increase in violence in our community and in communities all across the nation, especially youth violence. And I want you to know that this government has spared no expense to address this issue. We made sure that our police department have had the funding that they need to do their jobs, while also putting in place new resources and programs that provide more opportunities for our youth and young adults. In this year's budget that we just passed, we are fully funding our school system budget by investing a historic $2.8 billion, which is 6.5% increase over our historic funding from last year. We've invested $390 million.
Everybody on YouTube side must have fell asleep or something. 'Cause ain't nobody over there chatting. Wow, what happened to y'all? Y'all done fell asleep on your boy? They chatting on the website more than they doing on YouTube. But it's all good though. It's all good. Oh, what up, Nate? I see you, man. Good morning. Good morning. Kerr says, so what I just found in another video is he killed someone related or something after the bus attack. Wow. Wow.
Directly to support our police department in this year's budget, ensuring that they have the resources they need to combat the rise in crime. That funding supports 4 new recruit classes for a total of 120 new police officers. We are also providing incentives for new police officers. We've allocated funding for the Police Explorers program to help expose young people to positive interactions with police and potential careers in law enforcement. We're also putting another $2.5 million toward youth development programs in our county. Those programs are similar to our summer youth enrichment program. We have these summer passport programs, and over the past 4 years, even in a pandemic, we hired over 17,000 youth through the summer youth enrichment program, and over another 1,600 youth have been provided opportunities through our summer passport program. You should know that we've also put another $1 million toward Hope in Action, the anti-violence initiative, which has deployed violence interrupters in communities across the county and funded nonprofits to provide wraparound services to youth and to young adults. Through Hope in Action, we have served over 29,000 residents to date who have been served with wraparound services such as after-school programming, mental health services, workforce development, and housing support. We're working to expand behavioral health services because we know that mental health is a top healthcare need for our county, and we've invested $23.2 million just this year in our budget for behavioral health programs. We've created a Returning Citizens Affairs division within our office last year to better support returning citizens as they transition back into our community. And just last month, they held their first annual summit as a part of the National Second Chance Month, in addition to a series of events throughout the month to support returning citizens. We also know that stable and affordable
put all this
housing
money
is a critical need, so we've invested $45 million
for the youth development activities and things like that, in which I understand to an extent. I can understand. But here's the problem is you kind of getting the same results though. All right? Kudos to the one who actually participating. But at the end of the day, we are constantly getting the same results. All right? So no matter how much money you put up in it, I mean, is it going to stop what they doing? Is it going to stop what they doing? Okay? So at this point, you have to ask the question, are they wasting their money? All right? Are they wasting their money to try to build stuff for youth that appears they don't want to do any better? Even for the youth, you will have to say you could lead the horse to the water, but you can't make the horse drink. It go the same thing for them. We can preach here, even for me with this podcast and shit. I can preach and preach all day about the youth, and I say my message is sent out to the youth. But it's up to them to make a change. All right? Even if we want to talk about the rap lyrics and the movies that they watch and stuff like that, that is fictional. A lot of this stuff is fictional. And I don't know why they don't understand that, you know. Or let's just say that a lot of stuff that the rappers does say is non-fictional. That's the life that they live, but they making themselves better. You know how? Because they didn't develop a rap career where they can talk about their life and they can get paid off of doing that. They not saying go out and do it. They speaking on shit that they have done, shit that they have been through. All right? I don't think the rappers are sending out a message saying that, yeah, since I did, I want y'all to go do it. It's these knuckleheads who take the lyrics, they think the lyrics are actually real, and saying, hey, if, for example, Young Jeezy and them, if they did all that and came on to come up, shit, I can do it too, you know? And with this fool right here, maybe he thought he could make money off of doing executions, you know? I don't know. But with her being said, I get it and I understand it. You're trying to put in resources to make a better opportunity for the youth. I get that. But you're kind of getting the same results, though.
to preserve and create new affordable housing to make sure our families have that. The point is, I can go on and on and on about all of the programs and to demonstrate that we spared no expense to address this issue. It is the case, however, that although we're making investments in our police department, we're making critical investments all along the way, it is still the case that the issue of violence with our children quite literally cannot be resolved just by the police department. It is an issue that literally.
And over here on the website, Night Owl said half of the rappers be fake and lying. That's what I'm saying. A lot of stuff they saying is fictional. It's rhyming, you know, because they know that catches a lot of our attention is the rhyme. Because sometimes it catches me too, you know, the rhyme that they say, you know. But a lot of stuff that they say is fictional, you know. But don't get it twisted now. A lot of rappers who do rap, you know, I mean, they have been through that for real. You know, but still, I don't think they pushing out a message and saying, hey, this is what I want the youth to do. You know, I'm just telling my story of how I went from there to what I'm doing now, and I can share my story with you through my lyrics, you know. But I'm not saying this is what I want you to do, you know. It's them taking the lyrics and taking it literally and doing what they saying that they did in the rap lyrics. All right?
Cannot be resolved simply by the government alone. We need our community to help us as partners in this work, to wrap their arms around these children. And we need to ask ourselves, because as you've heard the chief say, the people that we are arresting primarily, especially for the crime of armed carjacking, the one that has had our community almost literally under siege. None of us feel safe. I don't feel safe stopping at a gas
They talk about the
station to
kill
get
boys.
gas. Look all around. We all feel somewhat under siege, and we have to ask ourselves, if these are children, if they are 14, 15, and 16 years old, where are their parents? It's a fair question. Where are their family members? Where are the aunties, the uncles, the godmamas? Where are the people who are responsible for these youth? They are not responsible for themselves.
I'll tell you where they at. I'll tell you that. We talk about this a lot. Some of them, when it comes to a lot of the ladies, not all of them, but when it comes to a lot of ladies, you know what they doing? They got them a new man. They paying more attention to the new man than their own damn child. Maybe the child do be trying to give a shout out for attention, but they don't do it. So since they got a new man, you know, all their attention go to the new man. And he over there laying all up in the bed, eating all the snacks and shit, and jumping up and down his mom and dad. She don't really pay attention to what the hell he or she doing. How many of y'all had y'all parents that when they got a new significant other, and when they get mad at the significant other, it seems like they taking the anger out on you? How many of y'all have been through that? I have. My mama did it a couple of times. She had a significant other, and when she get mad at that, when she used to get mad at that dude, for some reason, I got the backlash of it. Why? I ain't the one who made you mad. That's him. You take it out on me. Why you take it out on him? Why you taking it out on me? I ain't did nothing. I'm your son. So I ain't up laying in your bed doing all that. God know what y'all doing up in there. You mad at him. But why you taking it out on me? Why? And you got some who don't really give a shit because it's about benefits. Long as they got the benefits coming in, they don't give a fuck what they do. They really don't. They be right at home while they kids go do whatever the hell they want to do. I just realized now I forgot down here, school is out down here now. Man, these motherfuckers finna go crazy around here. I can see it already. These youths is out of school now. They finna start going crazy around here now. Watch. I guarantee you by the start or the middle of next week, I'm finna hear so much shit going on down here in Memphis, it's ridiculous. And it's gonna be the youngest doing it. So you ask where the parents at? They right there. They just don't give a damn. A lot of them don't.
They are not. So who's looking out for these children? We have to ask ourselves, in this case, how was it possible for a child to attempt to shoot another child and then to be able to be on the run for weeks? Weeks. And as our department and the U.S. Marshals Service spared no expense to find the child, the truth of the matter is these are questions that the government can't answer alone. Can't. Where was this child? For a month, the child was on the lam. We have to make sure that in instances like this, we are holding people accountable for the acts of violence that they commit in our community. Is absolutely unacceptable. And as the chief has said, it's a small segment of our kids. The vast majority of our kids, you've seen them all on social media. They've been at proms and they're enjoying themselves, preparing for the next phase of their lives. We're celebrating our kids who are graduating from high school this week. The vast majority of our kids are doing exactly what they should do. They are tremendous and exceptional children, but there's a small segment of our kids who, I have to tell you, because I hear it all the time, program. We can create every program known to man, and it will do very little if the children who commit these acts of violence are not held accountable.
I just said that.
And so we are working to make sure that that happens, because that is the only way that the violence will end. So again, I want to thank everybody involved in this system. I want to thank the men and women of this department. I want to thank the U.S. Marshals Service. We're here with the state's attorney. I want to thank everyone who is working diligently to make sure that our streets are safe, because our community deserves to live in a place that is safe. But we have to ask the tough question. These are children. Who's responsible for these children? And let's work together as a community to solve this issue. So I now would like to turn over the microphone to our state's attorney, Aisha Braveboy.
And I'm sorry I keep on starting. Hey, Lady London, long time. Where you been, honey? What you doing up this early in the morning? Lady London, not only that, I got my own website now. How about that? I got my own website now. How about that? But I got to speak on that, what she just said. I just said that, and that's what I even listened to this. You know, she said the same thing I was saying. I just got through saying it, and Nate pretty much saying it in a YouTube chat room. You could put all this money all in this stuff, and I get it, and I understand what you're doing with it. But just like she said, we get little results. Because, again, she said, what she mean by that? We getting the same outcome. The more money we put in, it's not doing anything. Especially when you got young adults like these. Young teens like these. They just will fuck up the whole program. They'll fuck up the whole program. Especially when they don't have adults who are actually supposed to be there being adults, they parents, that's not putting their foot down, but letting these children run and do whatever the hell they want to do. And I'm still baffled that it was a female who was behind this, and she's in 8th grade. I'm still baffled by that. That is wild to me. That is wild. So all this money, and what? Where is it going? And at this point, when things getting this bad, where do you go moving forward? Where do you go moving forward? Leilani, if you still follow me on Instagram, send me a message there, please, or Facebook. Send me a message, and I'll show you everything that I got. And thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, Madam County Executive, and thank you so much to my partner, literally in crime, our Chief Malik Aziz, the men and women of the Prince George's County Police Department, the U.S. Marshals, as well as members of my team, in particular, the Chief of our Homicide and Strategic Investigations Unit, who is here today, Sherry Waldrop, who will be handling this case along with ASA Dora Miles Moore. We stand today in solidarity and unity with the county. We also have sent a very strong message through our prosecutions and through our work in this case that each and every individual involved will be held accountable. So far, 4 individuals have been arrested. 3 have had bond review hearings. All 3 have been held without bond. The bond review in this case against Baby K will likely be held tomorrow. And so we will use the same arguments. We will have some of the same witnesses who have testified at other bond hearings come, in particular those who have been impacted by this horrific crime. So we hope to see the same outcome tomorrow as we have in the prior bond matters. I did also, as the county executive, want to just really highlight the bus driver in this case. One of the things that I noted, and I'm sure the exec and the chief and others did too, was that she prayed. She prayed for the child who was on the bus. She prayed for our community. And I do believe that there is power in prayer. And to think what could have happened on the bus that day, I think nothing but prayer ensured that the tragedy that could have occurred did not occur. But now our job is to hold each and every one of these individuals accountable. And so we have a commitment to doing just that. We've been working hand in hand with the Prince George's County Police Department since this incident came to light. And we will continue to work with our partners to ensure that justice is served. Thank you.
Hey, can y'all do me a favor on the YouTube side? Can y'all get them likes up for your boy? Appreciate you. Get them likes up for your boy. And on the website, for those of you who are chatting, I don't think there's no like button over there. So anyway, y'all just keep on over there chatting, man. Appreciate you. All right.
We'll open the floor for any questions that you may have.
Do you have a question that's been brought
For me?
up? Yes.
Okay.
You would answer. If you're able to talk about, as was mentioned, where's this kid been? Who's been harboring him? Will someone face any
good question.
charges
Good
as
question.
a result? He had to be somewhere. And also, where did he get this gun?
Well, it's a good question on where has a 15-year-old been, and we're investigating that right now. I would, like to have a belief that adults or someone was helping a 15-year-old
Yep.
elude the police,
Yep.
where he
Yep.
would not come forth to answer up to his horrific crime. But we don't know that at this particular time. The investigation is still new for us. It is still active, and we're seeking to bring some resolution to that alone. We want to know that too. We're seeking answers to that. I will say that it would be my belief that if we can prove that adults were helping a 15-year-old elude the justice arm for the law, then that person should face the consequences also. There's accountability for everyone here. At this point, we do not have that weapon in our possession at this current time, and we do not know where that weapon was obtained. I would add this. Under the new laws of the state of Maryland, it has become more difficult for police to question young people about anything without not a parental consent. Parental consent is not even in play. It is an attorney has to give permission over the parent so that we can ask questions for those who are directly involved in these type of horrific crimes. Next question.
Have the juvenile justice reform laws that you're referring hampered this investigation? Are you able to question Baby K? Have you ever been able to question the others?
Yeah, I'll reiterate that. The answer is that we could not. It's not. Yes, those kind of laws, they do hamper. I do understand, the direction that people are trying to go when you go back 15, 20, 30, 40 years and you see injustices that, have cracked the system. And then you have, in a new era, in a new time, those protections have given way to a protection of some people who have committed very heinous crimes, which, yes, that does hamper what we're doing now as of October 1st last year.
County Executive, are you going to work in any way with the delegation to Annapolis to change some of the reform laws? The state's attorney last week said she's going to work with the delegation on that. Do you think that the juvenile justice reform laws have gone too far? What specifically might be?
Well, I think the chief answered it, that in their investigations, they're finding that it is difficult and that it has created a barrier to investigating cases. I'll let the state's attorney talk about what she sees in terms of how it's unfolding in their own cases. But I can tell you what the other hindrance is. There's a hindrance in terms of investigating the cases, as you've heard, and that it's becoming more and more difficult to hold juveniles accountable. And I think the public cares about that. They're often asking, I see it all over, what is going on? People are trying to get a sense for what the problem is. That is part of the problem. And you've heard it from the chief's mouth. The state's attorney, I know, can probably answer what she's seeing in her office. But the other hindrance that cannot be ignored is that we have 15 and 14-year-olds running about our community at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
1, 2,
armed
3
and
o'clock in the
dangerous,
morning. Yep.
Unaccountable
Yep.
and unafraid. In this case, you know,
And
we
that
have
unafraid,
a kid who,
yep,
if
she
we
said
look
it
at
right.
honestly, is both victim and perpetrator. Clearly, you're a victim. We can't determine whether he was registered in school, where he lived. I mean, this kid was roaming about, apparently unsupervised.
Y'all hear that? For people on the website, did y'all hear that? They couldn't even determine what school he was going to, anything like that. That's how, wow, he been gone. He disappeared off the map for a whole month. And you can't even determine that, his residence, and this, wow, that's crazy. Y'all hear that again, unless I heard it wrong.
Well, I mean, I think the chief answered it, that in their investigations, they're finding that it is difficult and that it has created a barrier to investigating cases. I'll let the state's attorney talk about what she sees in terms of how it's unfolding in their own cases. But I can tell you what the other hindrance is. There's a hindrance in terms of investigating the cases, as you've heard, and that it's becoming more and more difficult to hold juveniles accountable. And I think the public cares about that. They're often asking, I see it all over, what is going on? People are trying to get a sense for what the problem is. That is part of the problem. And you've heard it from the chief's mouth. The state's attorney, I know, can probably answer what she's seeing in her office. But the other hindrance that cannot be ignored is that we have 15 and 14-year-olds running about our community at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, armed and dangerous, unaccountable, and unafraid. In this case, you know, we have a kid who, if we look at it honestly, is both victim and perpetrator. Clearly, you're a victim. We can't determine whether he was registered in school, where he lived. I mean, this kid was roaming about, apparently unsupervised and dangerous and armed, and that.
So I did hear that right. He was running around unsupervised. No, they couldn't tell what school. Wow, that, man, I don't even know what to say after that. That's wild. Ramen girl, check your messenger.
Question is a good question. Is how is that allowed to happen? And that surely has to factor into what we're seeing in this picture that everybody's trying to understand. So when we talk about what the failures are, there are multiple lines of failure. But this kid, as far as I can tell, was first apparently victim, and then he became a perpetrator.
So should parents be held accountable?
Absolutely, absolutely.
In what way and how?
You know, and that's best for the folks who are investigating this case to determine what the lines of failure are. But I think parents have responsibility over their children. I think most people agree. We'll see what the law says about parents and their kids. But I think that, yes, parents and family members ought to have responsibility for their kids. That's what the law says, is that kids are not responsible for themselves.
Madam Executive, any thought to reinstating a curfew?
And see, there right there, I disagree with that. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people's cars getting stolen is because of that. Even the young man said on that video that I watched, he even said himself, the ones that was out there sitting in the car, he said, man, they can't do nothing to us but keep us for a couple of weeks or a few days or something. They can't do nothing to us. He said this on a video. And sadly, he is correct. Because when they found my car when it got stolen, the man told me the same thing. He said, we can't keep them. He said, we lucky if we can hold them for one full day. We lucky if we get that. And they said, you want to know why we can't keep it? Because society claiming we being too hard on them. Society is claiming, just like she just pretty much just said, society is claiming that we're being too hard on the young generation. How is that possible? So you mean to tell me all of us adults who are here working our ass off, trying to keep that car, you know, or even somebody bring it to your house. We're out here working our ass off trying to keep ourselves afloat or whatnot. And not only that, if we do have kids, we try to keep them afloat and all that type of stuff, man. Just to have folks like him and his knucklehead compadres to come to your property, break into your property, break into your car, steal what they can in the car, and then steal the car. And the only thing can happen to them is you're going to hold them for X amount of hours. Nothing happens to them. Nothing happens to them. And I think that's where it's fucked up at, right there. When I think when they up at age like that, 15, 16, all that, man, they should get hit. Damn that. They should get hit. But sadly, they don't. The parents get in trouble for that.
Well, the curfew is ongoing. The curfew is just, I have to remind you, just one tool. One of the things we realize is that the environment changes over time. And so it may be the case that the curfew is effective during one period, and we found that it was effective as we began to enforce it last year, and then the environment changed. And so we have to continue to change our tactics. We'll follow the leadership of the police department. They'll let us know which tactics to employ at which time. But the curfew is not an elixir, a complete cure-all. It's just one of the many tactics that we've employed, strategies to engage parents and family members and to have them asking the question, where is my son or daughter, between the times of 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. when we saw that the majority of these crimes are being committed.
There's a lot of people online. Chief, there's a lot of people online talking specifically about this case more directly. One of the comments are being made is that this juvenile apparently tweeted out or sent a social media message out before saying snakes out of the cage, that he had a history with the juvenile justice system. What more can you tell us about that? And the other part of the question is, how can the community trust that there is accountability if we're seeing someone online bragging about being in and out of the system?
Well, first, I think you're seeing a greater part of what is happening in the greater culture. This is a newer age of social media, and with no accountability. That the First Amendment, the right to say anything you so please on the internet, and so we're witnessing it, we're living it right now, and those are what you just said is some tame things to what I've seen that's going across social media, and that is the really first part of what's going on with that individual tweeting out things. What was the second part of your question?
Well, you mentioned that, but can you tell us any more about what you all know of his history? You mentioned he may have been a victim first and now is a perpetrator.
I believe what the county executive is alluding to. We have a system, and a system is built upon parental accountability, taking care of a young person. People who bring young people into the world have an obligation to take care of that young person. Make sure they go into school. Make sure they're living their lives in a positive way. Bringing them back in line with rightful and progressive type of discipline that is meaningful for that young child as well as rewards. And what we have seen, even in this particular case, is that the question is a legitimate question. Then where's parental accountability? And that parental accountability can, if you leave it alone, it's unchecked, it's not balanced, then that child has no guidance. That youth has no guidance. And with no guidance, then that youthful individual becomes a victim of the circumstances that may prevail around him. Therefore, then exacting the harm upon a community or others in a vicious, sick cycle of things. And I think that's really what it is. So what we're looking for now is how do we actually hold people accountable in a meaningful way and bring real accountability or resolution to situations that involve parents, because some parents are really ill-equipped to take care of young people that they have brought into the world as their parent or guardian. And some of them help. Some of them, we talk about rehabilitation all the time. And I find it problematic that we speak on the means, to rehabilitate somebody. And that's a problem because they haven't been rehabilitated in the first place.
Can I ask you, though, can you speak to whether he is confirmed to have been associated with any other violent incidents in the county? And also,
we have handled him before, and
Wow.
Right now he is in that system, supposed to be accountable to that system that he was handled before, and we passed that baton. There are other cogs and entities in this wheel who is supposed to track that from our initial handling of him. But he has been handled for at least one incident with us.
Have other departments around the region reached out to you about?
It's notable that the protections are so strong that you cannot say this young man's name even though he's charged as an adult. I would like to ask you about any details you can share about how he was locked up. Was he alone? Was a vehicle involved? Was he just out on the street or in a building? Could you tell us anything about these circumstances?
Well, let me answer the first question. The name. I mean, this is the name he goes by. This is the name that he put out there, that the streets, know him by. He loves the name. So we were well within our right as to say his name. The decision has been made over here in the past 24 months that we would not release a juvenile's name until that case would play out with with the state attorney, because if it is waived back to juvenile court, then we have placed the name. We were well within our right to put his name out. But when it was waived back, we don't take those things back from the internet. We can't get them back. So the policy here has been not to say those names until the adjudication actually is confirmed. And I know the state attorney can speak, better to that. The second deal, right now, he was alone. We arrested him alone. There was no one else with him right there at that moment where we arrested him. There are other parts or factors in the investigation that we want to know. How did this individual get there? Where has he been all of this time? What has he been doing in these weeks that we've been looking for him, that he's had all this time to turn himself in, and since he is committing adult offenses, that he would allow himself to come before a court. But young people know the law better than we do.
On YouTube, on the collaborators creating highly produced music videos. I'm not suggesting any of these folks are involved or not, but he clearly had a support system, a lot of people. These videos have been posted recently. Producers have since taken them down. He had a whole system. Is that fair to report it that way?
Well, I would agree that he had a system because he eluded us for a few weeks, but no one escapes. That's why we had a U.S. Marshals task force. To look for individuals like that who were skirted. So no doubt that he had help. I don't think any reasonable person would agree with that statement. I can't disagree with anything you just said.
Chief, do you believe that any connection to
one person at a time.
Have other departments around the region reached out to you since his arrest to, I guess, inquire about other incidents he may be involved with?
Yes, we have been in contact with at least one other area law enforcement agency at this particular time. Nothing has been a result of that, but yes, there are some interest in this young individual. And so we're going to continue to work with them throughout this investigation. They're working with them, as we speak. And we're going to, I'm sure that those other agencies who have a great interest in Baby K is going to mete out a result that is proper and fair, if anything at all. But that's what an investigation is for. Yes.
Hi, Scott Taylor, 7 News. I've got 2 questions for you, Chief, real quick. You all talked about accountability by parents. I'd like to know, how accountable and transparent do you think you need to be and the police department with the public and their questions?
Well, I think this is part of accountability right now. We're here before you. You have our county executive, our state's attorney, and in back of me, the men and women who make this thing happen. That is accountability. That is answering, the questions. Some of those are very tough questions, which we don't claim to have the total solution. But what we desire to be is part of the solution, part of a team to come to a meaningful result. I'll take a couple of more questions.
I'd like to follow up my second question because other reporters have the opportunity to do that too. Can you tell the public the reasons you won't sit down with 7 News to answer questions on camera about your department not reporting?
Oh, so when they asked that question, y'all want to shut down. Y'all saw that shit? Y'all saw that? So we asked that question, they shut the thing down. Oh, did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? So he asked, hey, Do y'all think y'all need to be more transparent when we ask y'all questions or whatnot? That's a damn good question. He answered the question, and then the guy said, hey, I got a second one, y'all let everybody else do it. Why not me? And dude came and shut the shit down. That's foul, man. That was foul. That was foul and fucked up. Out of all the police conference I done played, that's the first I done seen that. Now, you and Barbara on the website, did y'all hear that? He asked the question. Do y'all need to be more transparent when we ask you questions about this situation? He goes to answer, which I'm cool with him doing it. But now the chief said, I'll take a couple more questions. I don't know who this dude is, but he came in there and shut that shit down. I never seen that before. No, Ramen girl, they on the website chatting. That's why I gave you a password so you can go over there. I gave you the link to go over there too, but I'm finna end it anyway, so it really don't matter. But they over there on chat, they over there on the website chatting. It's working fine tonight for some reason, this morning for some reason, but they over there chatting. I mean, hey, a lot of people, but they over there chatting though, it's working. But yeah, out of all the police conferences I've played, man, that's the first I've seen that. Right, Nate. Wow, that's the first I've seen that. I'm shocked. That's the first I've seen that. That man shut that shit down. And I don't think he asked nothing wrong. I don't think he asked anything wrong. Man, I never heard that. I never seen that before. Wow.
That statement, I can't disagree with anything you just said.
Do you believe that he may be connected to?
One person at a time.
Have other departments around the region reached out to you since his arrest to, I guess, inquire about other incidents he may be involved with?
Yes, we have been in contact with at least one other area law enforcement agency at this particular time. Nothing has been a result of that, but yes, there are some interest in this young individual, and so we're going to continue to work with them throughout this investigation. They're working with them, as we speak, and we're going to. I'm sure that those other agencies who have a great interest in Baby K is going to mete out a result that is proper and fair, if anything at all. But that's what an investigation is for. Yes.
Hi, Scott Taylor, 7 News. I've got two questions for you, Chief, real quick. You all talked about accountability by parents. I'd like to know, how accountable and transparent do you think you need to be and the police department with the public and their questions?
Well, I think this is part of accountability. Right now, we're here before you.
I know why yours ain't working.
Our state's
I know why
attorney,
yours ain't working.
And in back of me, the men and women who make this thing happen. That is accountability. That is answering, the questions. Some of those are very tough questions, which we don't claim to have the total solution. But what we desire to be is part of the solution, part of a team to come to a meaningful result. I'll take a couple of more questions.
I'd like to follow up my second question because other reporters have the opportunity to do that too. Can you tell the public the reasons you won't sit down with 7 News to answer questions on camera about your department not reporting?
Wow, that was wow right there. That was wow. That's the first I've seen that. That's the first I've seen that. And Ramen girl, I think I know why yours didn't work. I was sorry, I forgot to update it once I gave you that. I forgot to hit the update button. Shit. Hold on. That was very interesting right there. So why did they shut it down? Why? This page can't be found. Look like you may be in because it would have told you that, I guess. I don't know why the page can't be found. Oh, let me click it, see what it does. Okay, it's probably tell you that, Robin Girl, because you're not logged in. That's probably why it's telling you that, because I clicked I went in there with no problem. So that's probably why it's telling you that, because you're not logged in. I'm assuming. But, hold on. Let me send this to you. Now, try that one. And it should be no problem. Try that one. Because I forgot to hit the update button when I did it last time. My bad. My bad. So try that and see what it let you in. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. I would like to see this. I would like. You say you got an email? Okay. I would like to see where this is going to go going forward. Now that they have shut that down, I want to see who all saw that and caught that and what is the talk around town about this since they shut it down abruptly like that. Okay? Because me personally, I don't see no reason why it should have been shut down abruptly like that. Because that's what they up there for. Even he said earlier, you know, hey, some of the questions are going to be tough to answer. That's what he said. But I guess they don't want to hear that shit. They don't want to hear that. Wow. I don't know what to say after that, guys. I don't know what to say after that. I'm shocked. I mean, the whole thing is shocking, period. But after hearing that and after seeing how they did that, I don't even know what to say now. You know, but I guess I could leave it with this. You know, I'm glad they got the boy. They caught him. Whoever was hiding him, you know, we're gonna see what's gonna happen to them. You know, because apparently somebody was hiding him, and then again, it might not have been the parents. It might be one of his friends. Folks was hiding him. Who knows? Who knows? But then again, y'all said earlier, y'all couldn't track no schools or anything like that he was going to. So it's almost like he was a ghost. Let y'all put it. So, wow. Wow. And I'm also ending with this right here. Maybe this would be a wake-up call for a lot of you parents, man. You know what I'm saying? Stop paying more attention to your teenagers. Start letting them do what they want to do. Because at the end of the day, they finna start cracking down on y'all. They finna start cracking down on y'all. All right? They pretty much told y'all right here, you know, they finna start cracking down on y'all parents, man. And, you know, hey, they start cracking down on y'all. Y'all better start cracking down on them. That's all it is to it, you know. I don't know any parent who want to keep going through that every time their child do something, they got to face the consequences of it. They got to come coming out their pocket paying with this and that. I mean, I don't know no parent. Well, let me say parent with common sense. I don't know no parent with common sense they want to go through that. You know? So, he with that, you know, only you know when you tired. So, you tired of coming out your pocket paying for shit that your child out here fucking up, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you going to get tired and you going to put your foot down. But see, here's the question is, by the time you put your foot down, would it be too late? Because sometimes we let people get away with so much stuff that when you do try to be serious, they don't take us serious. Amen? Because we done let them get away with so much stuff, just like a child. If you spoil a child, let them do whatever they want to do. They don't never put your foot down, nothing like that, or set the rules and regulations of the home, or what they cannot do or what you want to allow them to do. You just let them do whatever they want to do. When you try to get serious with them, they won't take you serious because you can't let them get away with so much stuff. They won't take you serious. So it's best to get that rectified right now versus waiting till later. Amen? Versus waiting till later. You better get on it now. Because you start you let that shit go on too long, they start getting disrespectful. They start talking you in any kind of way, cussing at you. I mean, trust me, I done seen it. These folks y'all be sitting there letting these grown folks stay in your home. They sit up and talk all kind of crazy to you and shit, cussing at you, get mad because you won't let them do X, Y, Z. When they want to do X, Y, Z, you know what I'm saying? They need to get their own spot where they can do X, Y, Z. If it's that serious. But, you know, y'all let them do that. Let them just talk to y'all and do whatever they want, whatnot, you know. But we try to put your foot down. At that point, it just be too late. You can't. It's too late. So, gotta get this shit started early. Get on this shit early. Anyway, y'all, wow. It's crazy. Thank y'all for listening. Wow, this whole thing just shocked me. I wasn't expecting to hear all this, and I wasn't expecting it ending the way they did. I wasn't expecting all that. I really wasn't. Anyway, shout out to Night Out and Barbara. Y'all was over there on the website, chatting on the website. Good to see that the chat room was working. And we finally got a stream that worked the whole damn night instead of it just working part of the night and start fucking up at the end, you know. So that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Anyway, guys, love y'all. Be safe out there. Be careful out there. And, man, hey, it's time for y'all to get that shit in check. It's time for you to get in check. Peace out.